What's going on? It's facts you don't know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
You know, life has one rule that it doesn't violate, probably since the inception of mankind. This rule is to never allow anyone to stay in your comfort zone. It just so happened that if the world around us seems stable and familiar, then in one moment everything must necessarily change. During the workdays, the police interact with many people of all kinds during their service, and some insurance gets a little more involved with certain cases. After all, under the uniform and the rigid and hard posture of an officer hides a human being. And if we have doubts about this, it's only worth checking the story of Officer Jesse Witten, 33, who became the father of 5 after adopting the baby of a woman with addictions he met during his service. This officer from the police department of Santa Rosa, California, met a woman while serving a guard in spring of 2018. She was pregnant and addicted to illegal substances. The woman had participated in a fight. On that occasion, Mr. Witten attended to the case, and while he was transferring it to his patrol car, he heard a little about the life of the detainee, a fact that usually happens quite frequently, but on that occasion there was a kind of connection with her. The officer knew her other children. Like many people I've talked to, I heard about her life and her history. I knew her other 2 children from the camp where I worked for foster care. When we started talking about them, I had an immediate connection with her just to know who her wonderful children were, Witten explained. After knowing her story, the officer promised to help the woman. Mr. Witten thought about taking her to a homeless shelter, but ended up taking her to a detoxification and rehabilitation center with the lady's prior authorization. On one occasion, before being admitted, the man met his wife, Ashley Witten, and met the woman. At that moment, the pregnant woman took Ashley's hand and placed it on her stomach. My wife noticed that the woman was pregnant, and she took her hand and placed it on her belly to let her feel who her daughter is now, Witten said. Despite the woman's insinuations, these people did not take the proposal seriously. Ashley and Jesse have 3 children, Reese, age 7, Kendall, who's 5, and Stella, only 3. So a 4th baby was not something that was in their plans. However, it seems that adoption was in their destiny. On February 9th, the woman's baby was born. Although she had tried to rehabilitate herself several times, the little girl named Harlow had what her mother consumed in her body. This fact, coupled with the fact that the woman did not have a home to live in, led to the intervention of the county authorities. When the child was born, the mother was asked if she wanted to organize her emergency location in a shelter. However, the woman refused help and insisted that they call the officer she'd met months ago. She said, "I knew you had daughters. I knew you were firm but fair." She had the vision of her daughter playing with her new sisters. That's what he wanted, the officer said. After discussing it, Ashley also agreed to initiate an adoption process for the baby. Now Harlow is officially the legal daughter of the Wittens. It was they who finished deciding the baby's name. Harlow Maisie Witten. The middle name is in honor of her biological mother. I fell in love with her immediately. It's so adorable. She'll cry if she needs something, obviously as babies do, but as soon as we touch her, she immediately stops crying. She knows she's safe, Witten said. There's no doubt that this officer has won a place in heaven. More than by his work, by adopting this girl, he's shown a very generous heart with that great gesture of humanity. Harlow already has 7 months with the adoption of his new family, will have a very different destination and surely better. Do not leave without sharing this gesture, that the story of Officer Witten serves as an inspiration so that more people can join and do acts as generous. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.